to what's happening in Pittsburgh on the golf tour today.
Yeah, the U.S. Open's getting started. It's always on Father's Day weekend.
Oh, this is such a great tournament. I've been to Oakmont. What a beautiful, historic course. They built this thing in 1903. It is a cathedral of golf. It's also a terrifying test of your golf's ability. Oakmont equals stress. That's the best way to describe what the U.S. Open is all about beginning today. A mental test, a physical test, an emotional test. You know, they've hosted 9 U.S. Opens. And get this piece of history. I love that headline. U.S. Open, Oakmont, integrity of par. Get this stat.
It's brutal.
In the history of the 9 U.S. Opens in Oakmont, only 2% of the golfers who have ever played have broken par. Only 2%.
Oh, my God.
Over 9 U.S. Opens. It's just so rugged. They've had guys, the best score ever to win the U.S. Open at Oakmont was a -5. That's
Wow.
after, 4 days, 4 rounds, -5.
Wow.
One guy, one year won it. He was +7 and he won the tournament. Nobody broke par. Tight fairways, 6-foot deep pot bunkers called a penal colony. That's what they call them.
That's a great name.
5-inch deep cabbage patch rough, putting on greens like putting in your bathtub.
Oh, my God.
And as one of the golfers said before they teed off this morning, he was on the practice green, let the suffering begin. So anyhow, you got Scottie Scheffler, who is just totally taking control of the Pro Tour. Rory McIlroy had a practice round on Monday at Oakmont. He shot an 81. An 81.
Wow.
At Oakmont. Bryson DeChambeau, Joaquin Neiman, the 2 hottest guys in the LIV, coming there, both scuffling and struggling historically. You know, the U.S. Open it's not the Masters in terms of beauty. It's not the British in terms of the sky view and the open links course. The U.S. Open historically is an obstacle course, not a golf course. And that's what Oakmont is. As we were taking to the air, former Aztec J.J. Spaun shot a 4 under par. He was the first round leader with half the field still
Right
out
on.
there. Yes.
That's cool.
Sam Burns was at 3 under. From the LIV, Brooks Koepka was still on the course. He was -2. -1 was Colin Morikawa. Scottie Scheffler was 2 over at the turn, so he's at least 6 shots back with 9 holes to play. Xander Schauffele finished 2 above. DeChambeau had 5 bogeys today at Oakmont. He was +3 in the clubhouse. Rory, 4 bogeys and a double. He's at 4 over. Like I said, let the suffering begin. It is so cool. It is such a beautiful course. It is such a hard course. Of course, it's an obstacle course. It's not a golf course.
You know, I just love the whole idea of these golf courses that have special holes with names, or these bunkers called the penal colony. I mean, that's what makes it fun, because we were talking about that with the British Open last year and some of the train track hole and all that stuff. Now, when you said that this is going to be at Oakmont, and you said Oakmont was near Pittsburgh, is that right? So it just got me thinking of where a lot of times they'll have these golf tournaments and they're at some resort or some club, but I never really know exactly what state it is. So in my brain, I'm thinking, I know about the West Coast tour spots for the PGA. I obviously know about Augusta. I know there's golf in the Carolinas.
Sure.
But is Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania, do they host a lot of big tournaments there?
This is the 9th U.S. Open. Again, the course was built in 1903. PGA Tour Grand Slam events is about heritage. It's about the mystique. That's why they rotate. It's part of a rotation. They go in there every 5 years, 8 years, whatever it is.
So, kind of like Torrey Pines is.
Exactly, but not to the same level.
Yeah, I got you.
Torrey Pines is a stop on the PGA Tour. We love it because of the beauty of it, and it's on the ocean, etc. But it's not Augusta, and it's not Ponte Vedra.
But it's in the rotation, I guess.
It's in the rotation.
Yeah, for the USO.
For the Grand Slams.
Yeah, all good.
Let the suffering begin.
Okay. Did they make the course harder, like just for the US Open?
Yes.
So it's hard just for a regular Joe to go out there, But then they make the greens or the tee boxes further back.
Tee boxes, and they changed the pin placements, and obviously the rough. I've never seen. They say the Cabbage Patch rough is 5 inches high.
I saw some video on TV last night of a bunch of landscaping guys with lawnmowers that were going around, and they were kind of in line. It was like making up for a good TikTok video.
Yeah.
But
they were cutting the rough.
Yeah, because the players were complaining that it was way the hell too rough.
Yeah, players gripe about the U.S. Open every June. Okay, all things golf. You watching it?